The world's a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown, and I'm the host of the Productive Conversations podcast. And I've been waiting a full year to do this very show, this preview show. We're about to talk about WrestleMania 40, starting this weekend on both Saturday and Sunday, April 6th and 7th on Peacock. And you know exactly why we're waiting for this particular WrestleMania, big wrestling fan or not. So let's get to it. Let's preview this, the most important wrestling event of all time. Even though we said that last year and the year before, and the year before that. But I really mean it this time. Ryan and Jose are here together. Good to see everybody.
How's it going, everyone?
All right, we're good on this. The end of Easter, the time we're recording this is very late, but for good reason. And I know we're about to have a great time. So let us talk about WrestleMania 40. All right. We know what happened a few months ago with hashtag We Want Cody. We thought that, things were going to be a lot different. Thought it might have been Cody versus Randy Orton for a fight of, I don't know, redemption. And we thought we'd see maybe Roman and The Rock. But obviously, things took a different turn. There was that infamous press conference during Super Bowl weekend in Vegas, and people were shit talking here and there. And we got this. The first main event from night one of WrestleMania. We have the Bloodline in The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, with the stipulation that if Cody and Seth win, then on night two, the championship match between Cody and Roman will have no bloodline interference whatsoever. And if The Rock and Roman win, then anything goes in a bloodline rule match, even though that's just the 10,000th thing to call a no holds bar match or whatever it is. But I don't know. That's true. Maybe that does get explained, but it's likely an anything goes match. So here we are. The biggest tag team match of all time, featuring 4 world champions, 4 Hall of Famers, and 4 faces of WWE. Rock and Roman and the Bloodline versus Cody and Seth Rollins. Before we actually make the picks on where we think this match is going to go, Jose and Ryan, talk to me how you're feeling about this match in particular leading up to WrestleMania 40.
It's the biggest match on the show. It's not even a question. This is the main event. The only reason that it's not the end of night 2 is because it needs to happen on night 1 for night 2 to make sense. They've built this match the best out of any match on the show. This is the Rock's match, so obviously that alone is going to be, make it the main event. Saturday night's main event is the main event of WrestleMania. It's the most highly anticipated match of the card, both nights. I don't know how good The Rock will be. We'll find out. But there's sure to be a lot of bloodline, maybe not a lot of bloodline stuff, but we'll get into why I'm saying that. But there's sure to be some bloodline interference or bloodline kind of, tomfoolery to distract from The Rock's shortcomings. If he has any, he may not. Maybe he's been working in the ring, but presuming he hasn't, I'm worried about that. But again, biggest match of the night. There's nothing that comes even close. Not the main event for night 2, not, the other world title, none of the women's matches. This is the biggest match, not even close.
You know what? I totally agree with you on that. Surprisingly. No.
Ain't no one to disagree.
Do you really think there's going to be interference in that match?
I mean, maybe minimal, which, we'll get into when we talk about the result.
Right,
I think there'll be maybe some minimal interference, a solo Sikoa gets on the apron, kind of punks Cody out or something to that effect. I do think there might be some
big reveal with his hoodie, as if we don't know who it is.
Take that hoodie off. No, that'll be saved for the next night. But again, we'll get into that when we talk about the result. Right. But I think there could be some.
Well, obviously that's the biggest match of the whole, both nights. I mean, that's the only match they're really promoting. If you really think about that, the rest of the card is kind of dull as fuck.
I wouldn't say it's dull. What's interesting is they're kind of using this match to promote 3 matches, 4 matches. They're they've got this match at the center, right? And they're like, and from this match, you can see Jimmy and Jay. And, from this match, you can see Seth and Drew. And from this match, you can see Cody and Roman. Like, they're kind of building this match, like this bloodline thing. And they're just having like 3 or 4 matches that are
Right.
kind of connected to it. And they're just kind of hoping that like a rising tide will lift all boats. That us being excited about seeing all of these combustible elements on night 1 in the main event is going to make us excited for seeing them all split off on night 2.
Right.
But night two is gonna have plenty of stuff. So
Yeah,
that match will end up being what the fans want it to be, regardless of who they want to win.
man, it,
Right.
it it must stink if you only have tickets to night 1. I mean, I guess for the sake
But
of
you get to see
just
The Rock
being there.
wrestle.
Yeah, but if you have night 1 or 2, I'd rather have night 1 because
Really?
You get to see The Rock
oh
wrestle.
yes,
He's not
yes.
wrestling night 2. So night 1, you get to see The Rock wrestle, his return, a real match with stakes. That's a big
Yeah,
deal.
true. You're just worried that assuming doesn't get hurt, because he is, I think, 52,
I mean, if he
53.
gets hurt in the match, he'll power through.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll
Truly,
take
if he
that.
gets hurt in the match, he'll they'll that's when they'll throw a bloodline. Solo will get crazy involved to cover for it, and Roman will do a
Right.
bunch of bumping. Like, yeah, they'll absolutely keep the match going, and they won't change the finish to the match, which we'll get to. But
Right.
yeah, no matter
So
what, you're going to see The Rock wrestle night 1 if you have tickets. So
I
that's
think
worth it.
I think it was perfectly explained where this is going. But why don't we now talk about the result? Who do you think will win this tag team match? Bloodline or Seth and Cody? And then from there, we could talk about the big main event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go
What
ahead,
do you?
Ryan. Give us your theory. Well, you have this theory, but I want to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously The Rock is going to pin probably Cody Rhodes. Um, I think that makes the most sense given what we're going to talk about in the next segment. Um, Obviously, I said there wouldn't be a lot of bloodline interference. One, because you want The Rock to look like the final boss, which is what he's been calling himself. And 2, because you want to save all of the bloodline interference for the next night in the main event. So you don't want to run the same interference pattern 2 nights in a row for your main event. So this one will have a little bit more of a low key feel to it before Bloodline rules. But yeah, The Rock is gonna win, gonna make it Bloodline rules, give Cody that last bit of adversity. I'm going on record and saying I know a lot of people watching the Roman Reigns bio on A&E right now, saying that, oh, the way they're talking about it, The Rock has to be the one to take the title off him, or Jay. No, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna talk about it next time, but The Rock's gonna be involved in the company for a year, about a year now, and the Roman Reigns is not even his main opponent. It's Cody Rhodes. This is starting next year's WrestleMania feud. Rock versus Cody Rhodes. They built that match perfectly. It's the match I want to see, and it's the only match I'm not getting on this card.
Mm-hmm.
They have made me want to see Cody pin The Rock. Plain and simple. It's not going to happen this year. In the tag match, they'll have the tag stipulation to kind of hide that. But they're building it perfectly, and the first step is The Rock pinning Cody night 1 at WrestleMania 40.
Oh man, you make a good point, but I just totally disagree. I think Roman's
Ooh.
winning it. I
Oh,
think Roman's pinning it.
Who did set up
Roman's
the
gonna
hit?
pin. Yeah, I think Rock will set it. I think Rock. They're gonna win dominant and no interference, and I think The Rock's gonna do the Rock bottom, and he's gonna let Roman Reigns take the pin to acknowledge him.
I might even see it the other way. What about this? What about this?
Mm.
Just hear this out. Roman hits a spear, right? Big spear.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, Rock gets into the center of the ring, takes off the armband, tunes it up, hits the people's elbow for the win, steals the pin from Roman. I think at some point, Rock and Roman have to fight because there's a group.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as big as they think they are, and they're not as smart as they think they are, but they do exist, and they're all over the internet. And they'll lose their mind if we don't see that match at some point. So
Yeah,
over
but
the
you.
course of the next year, we're going to see that match happen. And so you want to try and give people, you want to try and build to that match a little bit too. Check out, I predicted the entire year for The Rock for Last Word on Sports. So you want to see what I think he's doing for the next year. Check that out. But they have to set up Rock Roman somehow. And that's why I feel like Rock stealing a win from Roman or taking a win that Roman could have would be great. But I do think that The Rock has to be the one to get the pin because that's got to be the main point of contention between him and
Yeah,
Roman based on
but
the
you
result of night 2.
but you can also say that Rock could have just said that you beat Cody because you had me.
Sure, you could, but I don't think it works as well. I think it works better if if he steals it,
Mm,
or does it
that's the
himself. I mean,
right,
yes,
right.
you could do that if you decide. In that scenario we talked about, Rock gets hurt. Yeah, obviously you have Roman pin Cody, and then you just
Hmm.
when The Rock is healthy, you run it by. You wouldn't have won if I wasn't there. Running, calling shots, all that stuff with my mana. You know what I mean? So like, yes,
Right.
you can absolutely tell the story with Roman getting the pin. But I think because of what I think the future plans are, both the next night and beyond,
Hmm.
Rock beating Cody makes the most sense.
Right.
Either way, I think we agree. The Bloodline is absolutely
Oh,
winning.
they're absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would it literally make any sense if the other two won
right.
for a million reasons? And that's really what's the main gist of this conversation is happening. We both agree, or I should say, all three of us agree, it's going to be a bloodline win.
Yeah,
And it'd be interesting how we get there, but we assume that at least Cody's taking the pin and Seth will just be
I
there.
think so. Seth's already lost so much this build to WrestleMania. They can't also pin him. They have to they have to have to keep him at least unpinned before his match the next night.
All right, so
Well,
why don't we?
yeah.
Oh, anything else,
No,
Jose?
no, you're good.
So let us do this right now. As I mentioned, it was a year ago where we discussed Cody versus Roman 1, where Cody lost and Roman Reigns
Hmm.
retained. This is before Jose came on to do these shows with us, but me and Ryan talked with them about it extensively with a few others, and well, you can actually go back. It is a very entertaining listen. I will be listening it all week on what we thought exactly a year ago, but we pretty much, for the most part, expected this match. And here it is, especially after Cody won the Royal Rumble. We have Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes 2, a year in the making for the WWE World Heavyweight. The undisputed. Oh my God, sorry. Start that. Here's where it is, Dolo. We've been waiting a full year for this match. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes 2 for the Universal World Heavyweight Championship. This is likely going to be bloodline rules, so anything goes. So let us talk about it once and for all. What do we think is going to happen during the main event of night 2 of WrestleMania, where we have The Rock likely being involved? Solo and Jay and Jimmy are there. Maybe Seth Rollins comes in at some point. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. Okay, we can discard that. Jose Ryan doesn't think so. But here we are, though. Bloodline rules. What's going to happen? Cody versus Roman 2. Tell me, just let it out. Your big moment to tell everybody what we think is going to happen during this significant main event.
I mean, Cody Rhodes is going to finish the story finally. I will say you were asking what bloodline rules means. Obviously, it's a no holds barred. I also think there's a world in which the entire bloodline comes out off rip. I think the bloodline rules is an intentional name. I think we could see other members of the family. They won't obviously be fighting, but I think we could see Roman enter at the head of an entire tribe. Have
Damn.
Afa and Sika, Rikishi come out. I think that there's a world in which the bloodline rules means the entire bloodline that they can have access to is present for the match. I think that's why they're calling it that.
All the
Uh,
Samoan athletes. Troy Polamalu's coming.
Troy Polamalu is coming. But and I do again. This is gonna be quadruple booked. The way that they're gonna do this, I was against that. Personally, I like the idea of Cody overcoming adversity on his own to become the champion. But I do understand that Cody is not the only superstar that we have to think about here, as much as he's my favorite and the one that I care about in this match more than the others. But I think we're going to see run-ins from Roman's past. I don't think if it's Seth Rollins, I'll be honest, I'm getting nervous that Cody's about to lose. If Seth comes out, I think we can pretty much say that we're all going to shocked again because Seth is about to screw Cody out of the world title after losing his world title to one of two individuals that we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, I think that barring a Seth Rollins appearance mid-match, we're going to see all sorts of people. John Cena, probably Randy Orton, definitely Jay. They're all going to come out. Maybe someone else, Stone Cold, perhaps. Undertaker, perhaps. There's going to be a lot of people coming out. People from wrestling's past, from The Rock's past, from Roman Reigns' past. It's going to be a big mess of a match. They might even have to restart the match at one point after a Roman win that's like crooked somehow. I don't know how they do that. That's where the bloodlines rule thing gets a little gray. You'd think there'd be no rules that could be broken, but maybe there is one, and that's why they have to restart the match. That's a classic Dusty Rhodes bit of booking. But Cody's going to win the match. Barring anything crazy, Cody's going to win.
Your turn, Jose.
Goddamn. Damn, Ryan, you got all over the place. What happened in the last tribal combat or whatever freaking bloodline rules match?
The tribal combat's different.
It's the same match.
Well, no, one is for head of the table, one is not. Cody can't be in tribal combat because he can't be the head of the table.
Listen, it's the same crap. Guess what happened? We all thought the same crap that all these Samoan people are gonna come and nothing.
That wasn't WrestleMania. That wasn't The Rock. Come on, you gotta know they're bringing everybody out.
Listen, they're not gonna bring all that out. No way.
You don't
He's
think
gonna do it for The Rock. He's just gonna hit Cody with his car and do it for The Rock. I'll be honest. If Stone Cold shows up and like runs solo out into the parking lot and gets hit by a car and it's Rikishi, I'll lose my mind. That'll be the best. I won't even care who wins. If they do that spot with Rikishi hitting Stone Cold with a car again,
you gotta admit,
literally laugh. I will laugh for a year.
With Stone Cold, that glass shatters may literally shake the whole.
If they can get him, they will.
But here's I just don't see it just simply because what do you do with that after?
Well, Stone Cold's just coming back.
You don't coming back. You don't need to do anything with it.
That's where wrestling's fake is okay.
It's like, what's the point of him coming back? Bloodline didn't do anything to him. It ain't like he's breaking his record or anything like that. He has no beef. Like he's just
mad at
doing
The Rock.
They just want to have the
being a jerk. What do you mean for what?
For being a jerk. Don't you want one last Rock and Stone Cold stare down in the ring?
I would, but hopefully it makes sense. But for me, it's like, all right, you already could tell Jay versus what Jimmy is going to be night one.
Yeah,
that's going to be night one. So you already know Jay might show up, right?
And Jimmy, yeah.
And Jimmy, that comeback. Maybe Cena, because of the whole bullcrap when freaking Sikoa just beat the living hell out of him.
Cena's got beef with the bloodline.
So that makes total sense to go that route. All right, so you knocked them two out. Now you got what's the name coming in? I think Rock. No, Taker has no beef with the bloodline.
Yes, he does. He has beef with Roman Reigns going way back.
You know what? Let him retire. His retired butt stay where he's at and do his
Roman retired Undertaker. That absolutely counts.
He's not coming out.
Absolutely counts.
So I can see.
What about John Cena? With the exception of legit Solo.
Solo, but that's it. I think he counters Solo.
Sure.
Jay and Jimmy counter each other. So you only got The Rock. I personally think The Rock's gonna turn on Roman. I think you're gonna set up Rock and Roman at WrestleMania. I mean, not WrestleMania, at SummerSlam.
I think personally, I think I've predicted something different. I think I'm looking at the schedule, and I understand that we don't actually know what The Rock's deal is. We just know that The Rock legitimately works there now. It's clear.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Gewirtz is at creative meetings. Like The Rock's people work there now. The Rock works there. He's obviously not a normal superstar because he's on the board of directors, but he's a part of this now. He's not like done after this, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the summer schedule to SummerSlam. It's all foreign shows, all big market, shows that never get anything. Nothing is of any importance of Europe, let alone, you know what I mean? Let alone Paris. So I think that is where The Rock takes over the bloodline officially at the Backlash show. I don't know I don't think he has a match at WrestleMania Backlash, but I think he'll make a surprise appearance after Roman fails at doing something at Backlash. Kick Roman out, take over the bloodline, and he becomes the head of the table until Roman comes back to, fight him.
I, I
So that's
totally
what
disagree
I
on
think.
that.
But
I think you signed Tamatonga, who has
well, no, yeah,
who
they
is,
might bring people in. I'm not saying it's going to
but
be just
I think
Rock and Solo, but
I
I
think
think
I
that
think
that's what they're
The
doing.
Rock's
I
daughter.
no, I
They do
think
a
Who's
movie
she gonna
Tamatonga.
be?
together.
I think Tamatonga is going to be a face, and I think he's going to start. I think the bloodline is going to
Besides,
turn
okay,
on the Rock, and he sides with
that's what.
the Rock because everybody knows that Rock, even though Haku is not technically
Yeah, they're part of the
bloodline,
same. Yeah, they're part of the same. Like they're
but yeah,
connected.
right in some ways, but they're not blood
Well, they
that
need
he
one
would
more
join.
then because otherwise it's not even. You can make it even. Roman with
Maybe
Jimmy
get
and
Samoa Joe.
Solo. Oh, I guess that would be even. Roman with Jimmy and Solo, Rock with
Yeah,
Jay, and
Jay
if you
and
sign
Tama Tonga,
Tonga, that would be
which
3-on-3. You could do that, yeah.
they already got Tom. They already signed Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
It's just the point everybody's wondering is if he's going to go main roster or if he's going NXT. Which for his age, he's not going NXT. He's too old for that.
Well, I think for his age and the fact that they can use him,
Right.
if you want to think if nothing's going on, then sure, be in NXT for 3 months while they get reset the storylines. But they have a place, whether he joins a heel or a face version of the Bloodline, they have a spot
Mm-hmm.
for him on the Bloodline, so they should. But I personally think that The Rock will bring him. I actually agree with that. But I think The Rock's Bloodline exists after WrestleMania. It's the fallout from
Right.
WrestleMania that creates it. So
I
I
can
think
see
we
that.
agree on The Rock's going to start. He's going to create a faction of Samoans. I think they're going to be heel, and I think they're going to happen a month later. But we agree on that one bit. And I think because of that, Cody won't, maybe no one fights off The Rock. Maybe it's Stone Cold. Maybe it's Randy Orton. He has beef with everybody. Who
Yeah, but
knows? But,
I think if Cody wins, Randy Orton's getting that title shot at SummerSlam.
oh, sure. That's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's Logan Paul, but that's beside the point.
Do you really?
Yes.
If he's still champion, I
It's his
guess.
hometown.
That's true.
I
I
don't think he's
guess.
going to necessarily win it, although he might.
I
But
I think we can agree the best part of why this match is really interesting, even though is like we already know the outcome, is
or we
how it's
think we
gonna
do.
happen.
Yeah.
Oh, we know it's happening. There's no way in hell. They made a video game about this.
I don't
For
know. They made
God's
it. They made a
sake.
Roman documentary about Roman and his family. I'm just saying, it'll be very interesting. But yeah, finish the story. Cody's gonna win.
Yeah, just how it's gonna happen is the interesting part.
Do you think this is going to be one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time? Simple as that.
You
In
need to
that
What do you
stop.
mean by great? What do you mean by greatest?
this is going to be the most entertaining, the most emotional, the most brutal, the most fulfilling match you can get being a wrestling fan because
No,
so much stuff is going into this
For
with
some fans,
all the
yeah.
fanfare. I mean, The Rock, what's great about The Rock recently and his legitimate acting skills, he came off as a legitimate menace, beating the shit out of Cody Rhodes in the ring.
Oh,
Like he
Dustin.
was legit, like menacing.
Dustin's
And
gonna be there. That's who's gonna chase off The Rock.
who, Dustin Rhodes?
Yeah.
You sure
Gold
it's not?
Dust. His
Maybe
name's
that's
Gold Dust.
they might have to get around it by making him wear his
Maybe,
Goldust
or
thing,
or
but he's
maybe
gonna he's gonna be there.
maybe those two nephews of his or whatever,
I
uncle,
don't
like
think it. I don't think
cousins.
it'll
I
be. I
think,
don't think it'll be the cousins. I think it'll be Gold Dust, but
like, seriously, this at least can
Mama
be a top
Rose.
5. Like, you have the chance to make a top 5 WrestleMania moment ever here.
I do, and I think for a lot of fans, this will be because you talk about the emotion behind some of the top wrestling moments. Older fans forget, and it is what it is. They don't listen either. In addition to forgetting, but
Mhm.
people like my age even don't remember like Hogan slamming Andre. Certainly, we don't really even remember Rock facing off with Steve Austin at WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Like they've built this that way. That's why everyone
Yeah.
keeps saying this is the Attitude Era. It's not the Attitude Era back, but it feels like the Attitude Era. That's the point. people are gonna be emotionally invested in this story the way they were emotionally invested in like everything that they did back in the Attitude Era because they've built it that way. They've made it matter the way they used to make the main event matter. And so that's why, for a lot of younger fans in particular, I do think that this will be a top WrestleMania moment. This will be up there with like Daniel Bryan winning the title, right? Or with like Kofi winning the title. Talking about modern moments,
Okay.
more recent moments. It's going to absolutely be in that conversation.
What was the first WrestleMania you remember?
I remember.
Your first
Big
very
time. What was that, 22? What the hell was that one? I don't even remember.
WrestleMania 22 in 06.
The one that was like big time. Yeah.
WrestleMania 22, Cena, Triple H.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm old. All right.
Yeah.
Never
That was my
Edge
first.
and McFoley.
Yeah. Edge McFoley. Yeah.
You
That was
wanna-
my first WrestleMania.
You want to remember? Want to know which one was the first WrestleMania I remember watching?
WrestleMania 1.
The WrestleMania 4. It was
Okay.
when Macho Man won the world title in that stupid tournament.
Right. No, but like,
Like,
for people back then, that was a big story. Like, I know,
Yeah.
again, I've watched a lot of these back now. I've seen a lot of them that I hadn't seen when I was growing up, but it was separate. It was like I made the decision. Oh, I'm going to watch WrestleMania 4. Why? Because it's the next on the list. I just watched 3. Like, that's why I watched. When I watch these newer ones, that's the ones I'm invested in, and I'm the first to admit that there's not a ton in some of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not a ton in some of them to get invested about. This is that. This has the potential to do that. And the overbooking mess will only make it appeal to more people, which is why I'm okay with it. And I do think that no matter what happens, we're going to have a brief 5 minutes, maybe less, 3 to 5 minutes when everything is calm. The storm has passed and we're going to get one more crossroads with a clean pin to Roman Reigns. They're going to do right by Roman. They're going to do right by Cody. They have to. Those are the 2 biggest stars that they have in their company by a mile, not counting The Rock, who is in a different kind of category, being an executive. So they have to do right by them because that's their company going forward. So they will.
Man, it's just like I said, this match I'm just so excited for the pure entertainment value it can offer. Like that's what I'm really excited for, and why now that we got to this point, I feel last year's finish was worth it to get this kind of build in it, and I trust that they will do the right thing when we see where this goes, and that's just really, really cool. Like really, this will be really, really cool. So let's enjoy the rest of it until then. So it's going to be awesome reflecting on that, and let's hope we get like one of the greatest sequences you will ever get in wrestling. All right. We can talk about this match all day, but we do have to move on to other things. And why don't we talk about the less significant main event? I'm kidding. They're all important. But we do have Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship, where I will commend the build from this, mainly from Drew's character work, to make this match not an afterthought, even though it does feel like Seth cares more about the tag team match, the character that is, than his legit title is on the line. But you have to commend all the great character work Drew is doing, and hopefully this results in him winning another championship, only this time in front of a stadium full of people. And the big thing here is, will we see a double turn? Will Seth go face? Sorry, will Seth go heel and Drew go face, or what? Maybe one or the other. What do you think is going to happen?
You want to go first?
I think the issue we're having here is we all have Drew. I believe we all have Drew, right?
Yes.
But the problem is he still hasn't signed a deal yet, and his contract over.
Yes.
So we're gonna have our Cody Rhodes moment of this year. It will probably be this match where we all want Drew, and if he loses, then we all know he didn't sign.
That's so the big thing there.
So that's what makes it interesting a little bit, because I mean, all signs point to Drew, but I mean, the last 2 matches, all signs point to Drew, and they all went to Seth.
Can I just say,
go ahead.
My hot take? I think regardless that Drew wins, whether he signs or not.
Even if he don't resign.
Here's why.
Go ahead.
and people are going to be really mad about this, so you might want to make a clip. AEW sucks right now. It's
Right.
not. It's fine. Listen, if you're a fan, the wrestling is good. I absolutely enjoy what you love to watch. AEW is not real competition to WWE. Drew McIntyre's not going to AEW. He's not going to New Japan, who just lost like 3 of their guys. He's not going to Impact. He's been there. He's done that. If Drew doesn't resign, it's because he's tired and he wants to go spend time with his family. The WWE doesn't need this World Heavyweight title when Cody is the champion again, because the champion will be a workhorse champion who will appear on both shows if they need him to. He will defend the title against everybody if they need him to. They don't need 2 titles. Give it to Drew. Let Drew leave with it. If he doesn't resign, let him come back, because he will come back. Drew is not gone forever. He will absolutely resign. I believe if he hasn't resigned right now, it's because he's not sure he wants to wrestle right now. So give him the title, give him his moment. If he comes back as the form, like the unofficial champion, that's a main event story right there against anyone, whoever's holding the world title. When Drew comes back with with the world heavyweight title, the defunct world heavyweight title, that's a freaking awesome storyline. AEW ran it with the interim titles and stuff. So I think you give it to Drew no matter what. It would make no sense for Seth to win this title. I don't care who's signed where. Seth Rollins is going to turn heel. Drew's not going to turn face. They need to do that by having Seth lose. Seth needs to get jealous of Cody.
Why?
That's where the turn happens, and that's why the turn happens. Maybe not there, but why the turn happens. And the only reason Seth will be jealous of Cody is if he loses the title. He can't keep the title and then still turn on Cody, and that's going to ruin plans throughout the summer, especially if Drew's not around to pick up some of the slack. Like if Drew's really leaving, they need Seth more than ever to get where Seth needs to be for the summer, because he's fighting, I don't know, Cody probably, or so.
Who?
Seth is turning on Cody
Also,
Rhodes.
what about the CM Punk stuff?
Well, when he's got to get healed. We can't worry about.
True, but don't you think they would set up Drew to get back to have that match, or
the issue is they can offer Drew a boatload of money. If he doesn't want it, then he doesn't want it. There's only so much you could do. You can't make a person wrestle. But yes, obviously if he resigns, then
here's my problem with your Seth Rollins theory. It's if Cody wins, he's going to SmackDown.
Unless there's only one title, then he's on both shows.
No, it's not going to just have one title. He's going to SmackDown. Roman Reigns is going to take a major break after this title win.
Probably, yeah.
And
maybe not right after, but soon after.
I think it's right after, just like maybe not the week after SummerSlam. I mean, after WrestleMania, they have the SmackDown after. He might show up, but Rock and Roman ain't coming every week like they were.
Oh,
so you need a big name. You're moving Cody Rhodes to SmackDown.
Yeah,
and I think. Well, yeah. So my theory is if Seth wins, you're going to have CM Punk kind of get in the middle of this match somehow that costs Drew. This is my theory. If Seth wins, I would have Seth win, take Drew out if he wants a vacation, whatever, take a couple months off, come back, and you kind of set that triple through. Because everybody knows that SummerSlam, it's going to be Seth, Punk, and Drew.
They're going to get those three together at some point. Yeah.
So he can take the L, because you're gonna need someone to carry Raw on once Cody leaves. So it just makes perfect sense to give Seth the title. But I can see your theory. I can see Drew win, and then freaking Damian Priest cashes in.
That's because a very strong possibility. It's a very strong possibility.
Oh, man. Do you know how mad I will get?
Do the Seth, have them both laid out in the ring, just like Seth Rollins did to
fuck the boring day. Today's the one show I don't care about swearing.
If he does the spinning, by the way, at the end, that'd be awesome.
I want to say that if you haven't noticed, I don't care about swearing on this one.
That's fine.
Plus, I think, circumstances are, I don't have to worry about the moment, but oh man, don't you dare do that. Don't you dare do that. If that happens, I hate the boring day. I'd rather have, I don't know who I hate more, the boring day or CM Punk. But I think I'd rather have Punk in that.
He's going to be there. He's going to be.
I tell you this right now. If that six tag team match, whatever happens.
Yeah, there's a reason why that is the last thing we're talking about on this show. But keep going.
If that goes night one, Oh, you definitely know they're gonna either at least tease that.
Oh, absolutely. It's the tease is happening. I don't know if it'll actually
Oh,
happen, but the tease
Oh
is happening.
man, this is where Stone
Might
Cold
even be
needs
a
to come in.
failed cash
This
in.
is where Stone Cold needs to come in to prevent
nah,
this.
Undertaker comes out here.
I think CM Punk will do something to stop it.
Think so?
Just to,
Please.
yeah, yes.
So
There's a reason why he's around the ring.
I understand the doing a Seth Rollins and cashing at Mania. That is definitely worth it for the right person. And Damian Priest is far from that. God damn. Gosh darn.
We'll
He's
see
got
what
to do it
happens.
soon.
Well,
He has to
Hey,
do it
it's
yeah,
running
soon.
out of
do
time.
it,
July.
do it
Yeah.
the night after Mania, not Mania. Don't you ruin my weekend.
It'd be kind of fun if he did like the cash in ahead of time thing, but for like 4 Money in the Bank. Like the first match at Money in the Bank is Damian Priest cashing in Money in the Bank.
Do it then. Do it then. Don't you ruin my
That'd be
weekend.
kind of fun. Made it a whole year.
Don't you ruin my weekend
Mm-hmm.
by doing that. But if it is what it is. I'll let that. No, it's only because it's so late. I'm not as irate, but don't do that. Don't do that. But for everything else, we're seriously great ideas. Is there anything else we're missing out with this
No, be a good
big
match. It'll
thing?
be one of the best matches of
Mm-hmm.
the card.
And yeah, I just want to see Drew get his moment too. Even though he's played a heel, he's a pretty great heel.
Been
He does
very.
deserve his moment at least once like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made it clear that the reason why show's so good right now, specifically Raw, is because a lot of people matter. It's not just the champion and their challenger. Drew is one of those people, along with like Jay and Seth. Like all of them feel like big stars right now. All of them do, and
Right.
that's why it matters. And you're not gonna like hearing this, and I don't love saying it either. But a huge part of that is because The Rock and CM Punk. A massive reason for that is because they're all working programs with two already established legends. And then
Definitely
obviously,
understand
again,
that.
obviously Roman was already at that level, so like that's different. But the rest of them, even Cody, all feel much bigger because they're in those circles. That's just a fact. I can say that as a Cody fan. That's just a fact.
And yeah, we'll see the big thing, Drew, and hopefully an insider doesn't spoil it. But they probably will if they find out. Like
There's
when
rumor he's
Lesnar,
resigned again, but
when wait, what did you say? You said
there's
there's
already
rumor?
rumors that he's
Oh,
resigning.
okay.
So like the rumors are never
We
going to stop, and we'll
we
know
know
when he
Cody
wins or loses.
resigned as well.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That has been confirmed, but
yeah.
didn't like that was at risk. But yeah, it's gonna be very, very intriguing to see where this goes. And shoot, I had him, Drew. Yeah, do the right thing, Drew. Definitely don't go to AEW so you can
He's
fight in
not.
front of 500 people for a
He's not. It's
10,000
listen,
seat
and
arena
if that
with
offends you, then
Edge.
you're the problem. By the way, if that offends you, you're the problem. It should be 20. If it's 20 people, if you like what's happening, watch it. It doesn't matter how many
Mm-hmm.
people are in there. But I'm telling you that Drew
Yes, it does.
McIntyre is not going to compete for 500 people in Florida somewhere. He's not going to. If you love that, you should watch it. I would. I love that for you. But that's not what Drew McIntyre is going to do.
I love that for you. All right, let's continue. Let's talk about this match. Let's talk about our first, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel this build has potential, but it's just kind of there. But it is a legit intriguing match. And here it is. We have the Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Once and for all. A match we haven't seen before, I don't believe, at least not in WWE.
Not like this anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we have two of the biggest stars go a one-on-one with each other for the for the women's WWE Championship. And what do we think about this match, guys? For, Rhea Ripley, who barely defends the title, now a legitimate contender that you actually think she might actually lose. Pretty interesting. And let's talk about the new author in the building with Becky Lynch. Do we think she is going to win the championship once again off of one of WWE's biggest stars, even if she has very underwhelming competition over this last year?
Yeah, they've built that into the story that Rhea's too busy, messing around with Judgment Day and
Boring day.
fighting nobodies. Yeah. I don't know. I think that this is another easy one to predict. I really don't see how Becky would win this match. Um, Rhea is, in addition to being, a master star right now, people want to cheer her. Like people want to like Rhea Ripley. The internet is thirsting over her.
Oh
Like
my
people in
God.
live crowds. No, but seriously, people in
No, no,
live
no.
crowds
I'm
want
saying
her.
that like
Yeah,
it's true because I've
it is
seen
true.
the
Yeah,
the thirst
people,
trap
yeah,
pics
people want
comments.
people wanted
Yes.
people wanted Shiraya. The Judgment Day is going to fall apart
Boring
this
day.
WrestleMania. Maybe not immediately, but pretty darn close.
That is wonderful news.
Especially now that Dom has a match that's totally separate from the Judgment Day as of Friday.
That is wonderful news. Great
Yeah,
job by
so
WWE for starting the beginning of the end.
yeah, and so I think that they want Ripley to be a face.
Yeah.
That won't happen here against another face and Becky. There could be like she beats Becky, like shakes her hand. That could be the start of like a more honorable Rhea Ripley. But I hope that the next year of her title reign, because it might very well might be a year, is a little bit more active, has a little bit more going on than her first year. Because while it was long, long is not always good. We'll talk about that in a few other matches. Long doesn't mean good all the time, and so long in this case was boring day. We need to fix that. But I
Great
do think
word.
she will. I do think she will win against Becky Lynch. I don't see again. Becky just wrote a new book. She's met the president like a week ago. She's very famous right now. Does not need to win a world title to improve her name recognition amongst wrestling fans. She's done that all on her own pretty well.
I totally agree with you.
We'll get to a
Surprised.
few. We'll get to a few we disagree on, I'm sure.
I'm probably, yeah, that one's, I mean, I don't think every title's going to change hands. So that one I'll give to Rhea. Plus, Becky's kind of like her popularity has declined a bit, like
I don't
over
know
the
if it's
year.
declined. It's the temperature's cooled
It's
off. People used to be like ravenous for Becky Lynch. Like they used to go absolutely bananas for Becky Lynch. I think everyone is still a fan of Becky. No one dislikes her now, but it's just like, oh, Becky. You know what I mean? Like everyone loves
She's
Becky.
John
Yeah.
Cena. She's a big match Becky.
Right. Like everyone's like, oh, Becky, this will be good. This will be fun. But like no
Even
one is
her
like
field turn was
clamoring.
underwhelming. Yeah.
what
Yeah.
was her last feud? What was her last feud before this?
Well, Nia, technically.
Yeah,
Technically.
That was really good. That was awesome feud for TV. That was a great TV feud.
that one spot made the match.
And they had Liv Morgan kind of interspersed in there a little bit. That was a great TV feud. I liked that feud, but that was their last real feud. Before that,
Yeah,
not a
that's my
clue.
point.
Exactly. Come
Yeah,
Not a
on,
clue.
people. Make your
she's
stars
like
again.
she's like right now, like kind of like in the water, just floating, just
Yeah,
anywhere at this
she's just
moment.
cooling where she was. She's again not ravenous like
Hmm.
she was, but she's definitely still very popular. One of the most popular women on the roster. So, makes sense still for her
I
to be.
loved how friendly she was to her fans during the book signing. That's just so nice.
You think
Was she
anyone can
really?
change?
Are you being sarcastic, or
No,
you
no, no.
being
I
for
saw
real?
a video of her signing books, and she was so gracious to fans. And I'd like to think it wasn't because there was a camera there, but
Uh,
I just see and hear stories about book signings where people they just don't care, and it's nice to see
mm.
her being nice. So
She's
with
not like an
that, I hope she
author.
wins.
Yeah, she's not an author, so this is like a kind
It
of a
is
cool
kind of,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is kind of random to write an autobiography in the middle of your career, but who am I?
Best-selling book though, so it worked.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
I mean,
one of
she's
them.
at the tail end of her career. She's almost done.
Is
She's not
she?
almost done.
I just assume everybody wrestles
Oh,
till you're 55, like the Rock
Becky,
and
no,
Undertaker.
yeah, Becky's gonna be one of the first women to be doing it well into like her 40s, my opinion. She won't
do
be
you
doing it
think
full
so?
time. Yeah, won't be doing it full time, but she already had the family. Like her, Asuka, they already got kids. Jade, if she's any good.
Yeah, she's 37.
So
37. So I think she has one more. They're signing 5-year contracts. So I think she got one more 5-year contract, and I think she's done.
maybe done full time, but I think she'll be around.
Maybe. All
Well,
right,
you're
we'll
not
we'll go
enough
with
for
that.
me. All right,
Yes.
let's talk about let's talk about the other women's title match. Let's talk about the other women's title match. Io Sky versus Bailey for the WWE Women's Championship. Once and for all, see where this goes. What's going to happen with this intriguing match featuring Matt's favorite women's superstar, which is Bailey.
Huh.
And I hope she wins because it's the most obvious face turn coming our way again.
Sure, if you turned, yeah.
Yes. Only this time she'll complete the match with her haircut and we will be happy and celebrate. Go
You
Becky
think she's gonna?
So
You think,
Bailey.
you think she's gonna bring that hug Bailey back one more time?
She
No,
might.
she looks too old.
She might. I mean, I don't think she'll do the
I think
pigtail,
she. I think she would. You have to do it. You're bringing that back for one night
but I
only.
think I think she'll bring back the song and the tube band for a little bit.
Uh, the
You're
I don't
G-Man.
think
not
it'll be the
enough
whole
for
thing.
me.
No, I don't think if she comes out to that, that'll be weird. No, I think that there's a world where they start with that. They had the
Mm-hmm.
two men come out, and then she comes out, does the thing, and then they cut to her current music, and she makes her way down the ramp. It'll be
I
like
could
an
see that.
homage. It won't be a full. She won't do a full return to the gimmick because they won't want people to think that's what's happening, and that's why I don't think she'll wear the old gear. But I think they will
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
probably do the there, have the two men come up and everyone cheers, and then she's on
Mm-hmm.
the stage, and from there she'll come down and do her
Is that
normal.
right? I could see that.
I also Matt, good news. I think Bailey's gonna win. I do feel bad for Io, but she'll have another shot with the title. It just doesn't make sense for Io to beat Bailey.
That's
See,
right.
here's my thing. This depends on the night if that counts. If
Okay,
it's night one, I will
it
go
should
with
be.
Bailey. If it goes night two, I'm taking Io.
Because they're gonna have the Cody.
I
You
Yeah,
just
need
think
you
there's
need just
two.
one
I just
baby face
think
win.
I just think too many freaking titles are gonna change. I think when you go look at the list of titles, you
well, we
already
got
got
two more titles, and we'll talk about
correct.
them in a second. But
Is it two more or is it three more?
two
The
We
more in
got
the
Intercontinental
tag,
Tag
one,
Team.
two more in the
two
tag
more on
titles.
this in this match.
Okay,
In
okay.
this card.
So here's my issue with this. You're having probably 90% of all the titles change within these two nights. Someone got to keep this damn title, and Bailey got no help. So
Three-ish
this is
titles, I think, are gonna stay with her.
so this is why I say it's gonna happen night two. I do think that
Well,
tag team match is gonna happen night one, and I think that they're gonna interfere, and Io's keeping that title because realistically, Bailey still does not have backup.
she does. They made the match on Friday.
Yes, but not backup for Bailey is what I'm saying. You only have one out of Jade has nothing in the game. Bianca doesn't trust her. You only have Trinity, and that's it.
And they're
Trinity,
gonna fight Damage Control, take them out the
yeah,
night before, or
night
earlier in the
one.
night,
All
rather.
right, cool. Early night one. That's what they want you to think that they're not going to interfere. They're going to interfere. You're going to have Dakota Kai. You're going to have too much, and then that's when you kind of come back. Bailey's better chasing for it than having the title. It just
I
makes perfect sense to have
I
Io
th-
keep the title.
I think we're gonna get in the. I mean, I don't know if you even have this on your card or not, Matt, but
Mm.
in the 6-woman tag, we're gonna see Jade win.
Oh yeah.
I do think
Dominant.
I have every
yes.
match.
Okay. They made it Friday, so I didn't know until today that
Yeah,
it was
yeah, I
official.
vote.
But so like Jade's gonna we'll mix these together. They're very connected. So Jade's gonna win. Specifically, Jade is gonna win that match against Damage Control. And I do think if Damage Control tries to hobble out there, Jade and company will take care of them. Bailey's gonna win. And I mean Jade's promo on Friday was, to the women's locker room that the storm has arrived. I think that she obviously is the Storm. That's the reference from AEW, and I think she's gonna set herself up as the person who's gonna beat Bailey, because Bailey doesn't need the title. Bailey's very well, established as a superstar, but the story itself just it screams for Bailey to win. So you want to make a new, younger champion. You do it by having Jade beat Bailey.
She's gonna be a big star too.
Yeah,
Really big.
later. And Io can continue doing her thing. They could beat up Dakota Kai. Her, Asuka, and Sane can stay together if they want, and maybe they'll move to Raw and do stuff. But I think that Io's had a run. She's clearly built herself up a little bit. She needs more time, but now is not the right time. The story calls for Bailey, and you can easily do a month or two of Bailey, and then give it to Jade, and let Jade go on a deep run with it.
Well, we were able to combine two matches with that, so good
Always
stuff
good.
there.
What do you think? Do you think that the Team Jade's going to be Damage Control?
Easily. They might
Easily.
beat him in like 2 minutes. and keep
Yeah, I think it'll be a
Bianca's
short
WrestleMania.
match.
Keep a Bianca's WrestleMania streak going too as well. It's nice to see Naomi back. I love that.
She might
Definitely, it
get
was
tagged
cool
in.
seeing the three of them together. That was actually that was
Can I
dope.
be on? Can I be honest? I hate Naomi. Just
No,
putting it out there. I do not
Why?
not
like her.
not feeling the glow.
I'm definitely not feeling the glow. I feel like running from the glow.
She's a May.
I saw her throwing punches at Asuka, and none of them hit. And I thought this was one of the worst.
This was on
wor-
Friday.
yes, and I thought it was so awful. Go look it up.
Oh, I
She
saw. I
like
happened to see it
saw
too. They were in Mohegan.
it was awful. Well, I bet
Ugh.
half the gamblers are like, let me just go gamble because this shit is
I think
We
she's
go
amazing.
gamble. That's
I
funny.
feel the glow. So
Leave the fight. Leave that. Just go lose money. Oh man.
yeah, I don't feel
Ding.
the glow.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now let's talk about this. A match that should not be on this card. It should be someone else. I'm still surprised. You still have 6 days to fix this, but I guess not. In this match that internet rumors kind of made awkward, but here it is, the Intercontinental Championship, where we have Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, all right, I know this. I think it was supposed to be Brock Lesnar, but we know what happened. Brock was allegedly involved in some bad stuff, so you can't feature him.
Yep.
So they had to do some kind of audible. Even though we thought we would get the more deserving Chad Gable, who gave the best match in the Intercontinental run and finally be the one to dethrone Gunther, but I don't know. Somebody, probably one of the few times where they're calling this the Renaissance era, made a bad booking decision. I do not think Sami Zayn should be in this match. I'm sorry. It should be Chad Gable, but
hard
I
disagree.
will do that. All right, I'll let you rebuttal, but I think we'll have Gunther beat Sami Zayn in 2 minutes, and then we'll move on. So we have more time for our main event in night
That's a
one or
worse.
two.
That's a worse take than Chad Gable should have been in the match.
Well,
Yes.
what's Sami Zayn got to do differently?
He's gonna have a great match, and he's gonna
And
lose
then
to
lose.
Gunther. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna happen. Yeah.
Who cares?
You think
We
Gunther's
need.
gonna lose? I mean, you think Gunther's gonna win?
Yeah.
Me
Oh
too.
shit! Well, I'll disagree.
Well,
All right,
let's think
cool.
about
We
it.
got we got we got
Finally,
we got a triple threat match right here.
but
So what's going on? Okay, first of all, I just think this match shouldn't happen, but
How
I
you
think Gunther's
disrespect
gonna win.
Sammy? How you
Exactly.
disrespect Sami Zayn
worst take.
after the year he had?
Yeah, he did
What did
everything
Chad?
right.
Yes, and what did Chad Gable give you? One good match.
Absolutely nothing. That's what I
Chad
said.
Gable gave us
Nothing.
a pure amateur wrestling style, shows not to give up.
Okay, you could go watch Kent State do that. You don't have to see it
Yes.
in Raw. Chad Gable, this is where I said long is not good. Just because it happened a long time.
By the way, you know I'm not the only
not
one with
good.
this opinion, though.
I know you're not, but you and all of them are also wrong.
Okay, tell us that.
They fought a long time ago. Doesn't mean them fighting now is good. That just means a long time ago, Chad Gable had a match with Gunther.
And you get your redemption match with this, or
No,
if you lose,
can't get a redemption match unless
you
you
get
build
kicked
to
off
it.
of WWE.
They didn't build crap. Chad
They
Gable showed
could've.
up and said it just means more. There's absolutely no reason it means more unless you believe that what he did 12 months ago before he went, playing grab ass with the Akira Tozawa and Otis again for the next 12 months is not building the story. He did nothing. He had great series of matches. Awesome. He went back to the bottom of the card with Maxine Dupree, and then he came back because they needed to fill out the gauntlet. That's what Chad Gable did. Everyone who thinks that there is a longer story, there is no long story. If there was a long story, Gable would have been constantly trying to improve, taking on harder opponents, bigger opponents, trying to show that he could beat Gunther. He didn't do jack. He didn't do any of that. He didn't even do the tag stuff. He just watched his boys do the tag stuff, and he stood backstage and said shoosh to everybody. So he did absolutely nothing. Sami Zayn main evented WrestleMania last year, by the way. He's been in the main event of what? Four, like 5, whatever, PLEs, War Games most recently. He was in the Royal Rumble. Like, he has absolutely earned a one-on-one match with Gunther. I do think he's going to lose. We have too many titles changing hands, and Zayn doesn't need to be the Intercontinental Champion, although he'd be a great Intercontinental Champion. And if we want Chad Gable to be the one who beats Gunther, we can certainly get there. We can actually get Gable away from these, these clowns in the Alpha Academy and do a real proper story, but we didn't do that yet.
This whole storyline is just to have Chad Gable turn heel, right?
I mean, they could do that, yeah, but I don't think that.
So
If
they're so doing that.
well, so
Come on
if they
now.
do that, then it means Sammy has to win.
That's why I have Sammy winning. I do think Chad Gable's turning heel. I think to take Chad Gable more seriously, he needs to get out of Alpha Academy.
Good.
You already can
I
establish.
like this, Jose. Good
you can
job.
already establish Tozawa and Otis are like the comedy act tag team, and then you have that no good crappy wrestler in the middle, the homegirl, sexy as hell, can't wrestle for shit. Maxine, is it what's her name?
Dupree.
Yeah, there you go, Maxine Dupree. You have little eye candy and comedy put together. Awesome.
I don't think that you
and
need
then
to
he, like
separate
LA
him
Knight,
officially.
Chad Gable says, "F this, I'm done.
Right.
I'm gonna screw somebody. I'm gonna get what I deserve."
Yeah,
you need more.
Okay, hold on. No, his whole storyline is, I want to make my daughters proud. It means more to me. He's gonna turn heel, be like, want to make my daughters proud.
It's called, you know what it's called? You know what it's called, Ryan? Breaking
Wrong.
Bad. He's
Wrong.
gonna break bad and
Wrong.
do this. He's gonna say, "This is for
wrong.
my family," but he is really the monster deep down
Wrong.
inside.
He's
Breaking Bad.
wrong.
This is the Breaking Bad story.
He's
Chad
going to
Gable,
beat-
Chad Walter White.
He's going to beat Gunther or Sammy or whoever on his own terms as a face. That's what the fans want. The fans want to cheer him. They want him to get his big win. They don't want him to cheat to do it. They don't want him to break bad to do it. They were not up. They don't want him to cheat to do it. They don't want him to break bad to do it.
Let me pull up.
They weren't up.
Chad
they want
Gable
him to be a face when he wins the title, and he will be a face when he wins the title. It's just not at WrestleMania.
The number one Google search. Here it is. All right, you tell me once and for all. Do 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 do. This is loading. This is loading. I have a Mac that's 11 years old, and soon we will have enough to buy a fast computer because this is taking too long. Let's go, people. Let's go. Come on. Okay, Jack. Okay, Twitter. This isn't all right. And then Chad Gable's Breaking Bad. This is the Breaking Bad storyline. Yeah. He is going to the dark side. He definitely was passed up by a promotion like Anakin was, and he decided to go to Darth Vader.
Not Breaking Bad.
No, I said it's a different ref. I said this one is
He's not turning to Darth Vader. He's not doing any of these things.
This is it. Here it is. Look at this right here.
Ready.
Let me share it. You see this?
No.
Look at this. What is this right here? Right here. Look at the click.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at this right here. The traps are literally all floating. They're
the tops of them,
right
though.
here.
The tops of the shoulders now. That's a pin.
Why is this Why is this viral then? You see, Jack Crosby might be something. Might be just coincidence. But Chad Gable's shoulders weren't really down on that 3 count. It was clearly visible by the camera. Plus, no offense to Sami Zayn, your time is up.
What are you talking about? That's absolutely insane. His time is up. He won a tag team match. Okay, we don't need you anymore.
That's right.
No, F that.
It's time for him to go back to the mid card and collect his paycheck.
IC title's the mid card title.
I know, but even more in the mid card where he loses, and you have Chad Gable screw him, where he turns into now Sir Chad Gable and becomes that guy.
Sami Zayn would be a more entertaining professional wrestler than Chad Gable with a broken leg.
Man,
it's absolutely asinine that people are cheering for Chad Gable. I want him to lose his position in the company. I want him to go to AEW so I don't have to hear this. Yeah. Next round of cuts.
That's a good one.
And I like Chad Gable, but I can't listen to you people be wrong over and over and over again online. So either stop saying it or he's got to go because I can't do both. So.
All right. Well, you know my 2 cents on this. Okay. But this is a match I think is the most underrated on the card. Not only because it features one of my favorite wrestlers, but it really is a genuine build. And a lot of people who see it have a lot of good things to say. But we have LA Knight versus AJ Styles. What do you mean, oh, Jesus? This is an underrated build. This is a cool build coming. Featuring LA Knight going to AJ's house, which was real. Then we have LA Knight dressing as a cameraman. Great promos from both of them. We saw AJ Styles get really yoked We saw LA Knight proving why he is a top star in WWE, even though at one point I was getting nervous he would be an afterthought. It's a great way to show why he's worthy of being a big star. And if he could get one over on AJ Styles in a great match, can only help his stock when he wins a championship at WrestleMania 44, which I will wait patiently for. But regardless, though, this is, I think, a great build. Jose, you seem to disagree. Ryan, you seem to agree it's been a great build. Jose, why do you not feel this has been a great build?
Because I don't give two craps about either of them. They're both
Why
done.
not?
Stick a fork in. AJ Styles never win a title again at all. And if LA Knight loses one more important match, he's done as well. That's it. I think LA Knight is gonna win this match. I think it's a foregone conclusion that he wins this match. And then guess what? What do we do with LA Knight after? Nothing. So, like realistically, all right, after AJ Styles, where do you go with him?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Okay, first and foremost, before we get into that, look
Go
up
ahead.
when Xavier Woods did a regular shoot wrestling mat work with Chad Gable, pinned his ass. That's number one, live on TV. Sorry, had to get that out there. Xavier Woods is a better wrestler than Chad Gable. That's one. Number two, back to this match. LA Knight, yeah, he's gonna win. I do agree he needs to start getting some signature wins. My thing with LA Knight has always been that, I mean, obviously the promos are there. What's interesting is he's doing promos on the same show as The Rock, and everyone kept saying he just sounds like The Rock. He's just doing The Rock. I think the promos have been just as good with The Rock doing his Rock concert and his, calling the Mormons out in Utah a bit. So I think that proved that the promos are good regardless of who they sound like. But he's not had any good matches. Like there's been no LA Knight match you want to rewatch.
Right.
But he's got a great opportunity because AJ Styles is possibly the best wrestler on their roster. So, there's no way that the match between them will be bad. They've also never wrestled before, despite both being in TNA, apparently, which is crazy.
I thought they were both TNA in different times. I don't think.
Well, there was some overlap, apparently not much. But yeah, they were both very prominent in TNA, but at different times, so they never actually wrestled. Yeah, this will be good. I would say that the draft is gonna have to come into play here. They're gonna have to get LA Knight over to that world heavyweight title picture if they want to use him correctly. Him and Drew have wrestled before. They do have TNA history. So that could be something, especially if Seth turns and is mad at Cody and he heads over to SmackDown and you have Seth Cody up until the SummerSlam time frame. Then Drew needs someone until what's it called? Needs someone until CM Punk is not hurt, and that could very well be LA Knight. But unfortunately, I don't see him beating Drew. So I don't know that we'll ever see LA Knight win the big one, but he'll definitely win a title. I think he's earned a US or IC title at the bare minimum. And so we'll see that. But he's winning this match, and then if they want him in the world title scene, they got to get him over to the World Heavyweight Championship because that's the only one he's got a prayer of getting at anytime soon.
They don't want none, man. But regardless, though, just a pure awesome wrestling match on the horizon with this. And yeah, I understand both people are in a unique spot in their careers, but you could still grow both their stocks with a very good wrestling match between two fan favorites, really. So it should be very interesting.
Styles is locked in. He's fine. He doesn't. As long as it's a good match, he's not going to gain or lose any fans or any spot. They'll throw him
he
in a
makes
title match
everybody look good.
Right. When they need someone in a title match, they'll throw it to AJ Styles in a title match. If they need a transitional US champion, it'll be AJ Styles. He's a bit of a utility tool for that roster, and
he
it's a good role for him.
arguably helped make the first one to make Roman look good and legit.
Yeah, it was a big part of that.
And so he could do the same for Los Angeles Knight.
Los Angeles Knight. Who names their child Los Angeles? Shout out to Bray Wyatt.
Oh man. Yes, God rest his soul. But Jimmy and Jey Uso are going to battle it out for I think it's every 10 years they have a brother versus brother match, coincidentally. And this is what's going to happen. Seriously. So we have the Hearts at WrestleMania 10. WrestleMania 20 was
I thought it
John
ends every
Cena.
five.
What?
Thought it ends on a 5 or a 0.
Maybe I think. Or I think that makes more sense. For WrestleMania 20, it was brothers Big Show and John Cena. 25 was the Hardys.
Oh my god.
No, yeah, 25 was the Hard. Okay, anyways, you get the
It was
gist.
every 15 years. 10 was
Yeah,
Brett Owen, 25 was the Hardys, and then 40 will be the Usos.
exactly. You said it perfectly. So interesting
Brothers
match.
John Cena and the Big Show.
Jimmy and Jay, guys, what do we think?
Be a good match. I like it. I think we go Jay.
Have to go Jay.
Yeah.
The little brother by what? 10 minutes, I think.
Something like that. A ridiculously small amount of time. But yeah, you need to keep Jay looking strong so he can keep being a part of Raw's main event scene, especially if Cody's leaving. So he's got to get the win.
Someone's got a feud with Drew McIntyre for the world
Someone
title.
has to feud with Drew McIntyre. Someone please think of Drew McIntyre.
But simple as that, do we think this will actually be a good match?
It will be a good match for the Usos.
I think it could be a sleeper match because they really wanted this, so they probably have planned this out for a while now.
Oh, absolutely. I think it will be a good match. Like for the two of them, they're not singles guys. I mean, I bet Jay's got a ton of reps in now. Not carrying matches, but like singles matches and big, main events on Raw and stuff. So, Jay could probably throw together a pretty decent match himself now. And again, they're both professionals and they both really want this. I think the match will be good. It just there will be better matches on both nights.
And is Rikishi involved and all the other brothers? Just
he
Solo?
can't even get. Why we keep saying Rikishi's name? That guy can't even walk down the ramp.
That's why he can drive. That's why he's gonna drive. He's gonna hit Stone Cold.
Because Rikishi's funny to talk about. His name is freaking Rikishi.
He's gonna hit Stone Cold with that car.
You can see Michael Cole. It's Rikishi. 20 minutes later, he just got to the ring. Like this fat guy can't even get in the ring.
Rikishi.
Never liked
I did it for you, right?
Did it for Rock, exactly.
I met that Rikishi at the Walmart in Norwalk.
Do you want to recognize?
I hope Rikishi listens to this. I bet you in Norwalk at the Walmart and you were a douche. So screw you.
What happened exactly?
Just a douche. It was just I went to get an autograph from my brother. And crap, I asked him, can he personalize it? He gave me a dirty ass look, and you're like, you know what? Just put your fat ass name on it. Let me just go my way.
Yeah, man. Damn.
Yes. Never
well.
liked him ever since.
All right. Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. Oh, Logan Paul, convenient for you to show up, I guess. For the love of God, first, this has to have been a joke. It hasn't really been mentioned, but they're not going to do advertising in the middle of the ring, right?
Oh yeah, they are.
Or just for this match at least.
Probably.
No, I believe they signed the deal.
Jesus.
It was on ESPN that they have.
Well, that's better be fake.
Logo. No, if it's on ESPN, I totally believe it.
So when you have Cody Rhodes win his title, and there's a fucking prime bottle there for the rest of eternity.
It's the ring logo. It's just gonna be in the middle of the ring for every damn match. It's prime, just like the UFC.
That's what's known as a stupid idea. Just because Logan Paul wants it. Oh my God, Paul Levesque, you're a little too lenient on Logan Paul.
Well, they're getting paid, man. It's not a favor.
No, still, you could have said no. There's a reason you put the damn advertising in the bottom of the ring aprons, I guess you call them.
Oh, no, I'm not saying he has to do it. I'm just saying you're making it sound like he loves Logan so much.
I might even call the WWE offices to confirm or deny this because that really is. You imagine if, Andre the Giant and Hogan, he body slammed him on a fucking prime bottle. Or back then it'd be like a tab bottle.
Hey, that's big time. Big time.
Big time.
Anyways, You know what? Because that's just not true. ESPN lied to you like they do a lot.
Well, you got
And they just do that.
this is
That's not true.
TKO.
This is
This
like
is
when ESPN said
UFC.
we're going to be on top forever, no matter what, where they lied like that.
Matt, this is their job, but trust me, they lied. No, if ESPN reported it, I do believe it. I just don't think that
Well,
that's. I think we're mishearing.
ESPN.
I think we've misheard. It's definitely going to be in the center of this
bottle WWE ring.
It's definitely going to be in the center of the ring for this match. I don't know if it's going to be for every match. That's my 2 cents. I didn't hear that it's going to be every match. It very well could be. If it's not in every match, it's definitely going to be this match.
He just talked about it also on his podcast that was prime. Really, TKO was selling advertisement in the ring mat.
Yeah, and TKO does that for UFC. I can see why they want to do it in WWE.
Yeah, this ain't Vince McMahon's bullshit where he thought the mat is sacred. This is TKO, and they want to make their fucking money.
Dollar bills. Here comes the money.
That is one of the very few good things Mr. McMahon decided and fought for. He is right. The ring is sacred. No point of putting somebody's damn logo on there.
But imagine if Gunther tears it off?
Good.
He says the ring is sacred too. That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
But, anyway, interesting thing for a future angle between the two.
I mean, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see it in night 1. I mean, first match.
If it's there.
What a stupid idea.
That's when the deal's supposed to start.
Stupid ass idea. But let's go to the match though. This triple threat, interesting stuff. I don't care about Logan Paul, but hopefully, I assume they're gonna let him win this match, pin Randy Orton, and
if he's gonna go for the world title, like Ryan says,
he's gonna win this one too.
He's got to lose this one. When does he lose the title?
Whenever they want.
Oh my God, they're really gonna give Logan Paul the championship.
He's not losing it in Europe.
Oh, and then won't lose it in Europe. He loses it in Canada or lose it in, somewhere else. Saudi's got a show coming at some point.
I guess you're right. I mean,
they're really gonna give Logan Paul his world title.
It's not gonna be Randy Orton. I know that.
They also might have Logan Paul not win the world title, and then he could just stay U.S. title. Champion.
Who eats the pin?
KO.
Randy Orton.
I can't see the KO doing it
probably Randy Orton.
I can't see Randy Orton because they're so protective of this dude.
Why?
Of Logan Paul?
They screwed the Roman Reigns Randy Orton. Yeah, so we don't need Randy Orton anymore, frankly.
because the Randy Orton's gonna, he's the main antagonist for Cody Rhodes.
We don't know.
Of course it is.
We don't know
Who else is on SmackDown that's gonna fight?
I'm telling you that Seth Rollins is going to fight Cody Rhodes for the world title.
He's not.
They can do that in 2 years.
It's going to happen right away. Listen, so guys just going to have to saddle up. Seth Rollins is turning on Cody Rhodes. He's going to go for the world title.
I'm telling you this right now. Just as much as you were wrong when you said Seth Rollins wasn't going to make it to WrestleMania, I'm telling you you're wrong on this one as much. It's not happening.
Oh, yeah. Also, by the way, Seth Rollins' leg, whatever the hell they told us was wrong with it, was not what was wrong with his leg. That's number one. I forgot to say that. Whatever. I think
they just made that shit up.
I forget the announcement that they made, but whatever the hell's torn, whatever they said he had, that's not what he had. If he's wrestling and he is wrestling, that's not what he had.
He had just some other injury, you're saying.
Yeah, maybe he had a little boo-boo or whatever, but he's not. He
was never that serious. It was never that serious.
They were playing up the injury angle to decide, whoa, can he even make it to make it a big pop? And he goes, of course I'll be at WrestleMania. So that's number one. Number two.
Another reason why I don't think Seth Rollins turning on Cody, you still need the main event. It's what's it called? WrestleMania Backlash, correct?
Backlash Paris, yeah.
Yes, okay. So it's not, you need one of those main events to be the Backlash.
It's Roman.
It's not gonna be Roman. Roman's not fighting in Paris.
There's nothing there. There's nothing else for that show. If Roman doesn't
don't
watch it. Turn it off.
Well, guess what? It's free, everybody. You got the Peacock, it's already free.
Turn it off.
So it's gonna be Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, the main event. That Backlash.
And Cody's what? Cody's going to just twiddle his damn thumbs? No. Cody Rhodes, the new world champion, is going to have a match in Paris.
Yeah, he probably fight
maybe he'll fight Seth.
But Logan, Orton, and KO, we think
Logan's winning.
no.
I think Orton's getting pinned. I don't think it matters if he gets pinned.
Either. That's so
Man, can I say
debatable.
one? No,
But
you go first because mine's an afterthought.
I'm going with, just for the fuck of it, I'm gonna go with I'll take KO.
Pins
All right,
Logan, gets the
cool.
win.
I
will
think
say
KO win. I think KO wins and LA Knight goes against KO. Okay,
that's a good idea.
All right. Who's
You
the
know,
heel?
KO.
No, I think LA got a turn.
Okay, I'll still like him.
I think he's just way better as a heel than a face, but
He's good on both, I think. So I don't hate him being the heel. I was just curious who you thought the heel would be.
Right. He
Man.
fits way more as a tweener than a full-fledged face.
I want to go on the record first. The Pauls have given us a lot of great content. So thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Paul brothers, both of you. But man, all I ask for Logan Paul, he's doing stuff. He's doing something in the next 4 months. Can't you show up at least 3 weeks in a row? If you're gonna really build up to get your title, it's WrestleMania season, but after the fact.
Oh, after that. Well, I think he could very easily win the world title in Cleveland, Matt.
As if he represents Cleveland. I mean, I know it's his hometown, but it's all like, yeah, Cleveland rocks, everybody. Look at me. Cleveland rocks. Or like when Jake Paul goes up against Mike Tyson, Cleveland. Now they're going to give you the title at Cleveland Brown Stadium, which is the only good thing that damn franchise has ever seen in that stadium. And you're going to give him one of the titles just because, God forbid.
Yeah, I think that he could win. I actually think he deserves to win. Read all about it.
Oh my God.
I'll send my article in the show notes, maybe.
Do you think Jake Paul or Mike Tyson's gonna show up?
That'd be awesome, but no.
I can see it.
That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome. I don't think
and they do that.
It just makes sense because their fight is, well, Jake Paul, is gonna be there. Mike Tyson's a
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer and a huge wrestling fan, and the fight's on Netflix. And WWE has a deal with Netflix.
That's 2025, though. That's further out.
Dude, who cares? The fight's not until July.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I don't think so, but you never know.
Right.
Crazier things could happen. So
that's very true.
All right. In this match that they just threw together, but cool. The Latino World Order and Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee taking on Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. What's going to happen here? I like this. This is the beginning of the end of Boring Day. Now Dominic Mysterio is just Dirty Dom. They're still booing him loud. And let's have one more match where the daddy takes down the son one more time. But I realistically, it's probably going to be Dom and Santos.
Yeah.
But okay, that's it. That's all I gotta say about this match.
This is a pre-show match. I feel bad for a lot of people who didn't make the card. I'm glad that they find a way to get some more people on the card, but this match has got no build. It's the same as if they add Bobby Lashley's thing, which I haven't officially added yet, but if they add that match, Bobby and Cross, or some faction war between them, that doesn't deserve to be on this card. This doesn't deserve to be on the card. But it's there. It'll be a fine match. Santos Escobar is great. He probably gets the win.
Hashtag nice.
What do you think, Ozzy?
I'll take Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio, just because
Dragon Lee pins Dom.
No.
No, now Ray is showing his face on TikTok.
I think because I do think they're gonna eventually go. I think they're eventually gonna go the hair versus mask match. That's
even though he shows his mask on TikTok this week, his face.
He doesn't give a shit. I think,
fans will still care. Fans will still care. I also don't think Ray loses the mask for his hair match. That's why I think he loses here.
Man, I need to lose a.
See, I think I'll draw whatever's name, Andrade or whatever his name is gonna
Santos Escobar.
Andrade?
not Andrade is going to be
Oh,
interfering in that
Andrade.
Miss
match.
Charlotte Flair?
Well, I don't know.
Mr. Charlotte Flair?
Andrade's on the Andre the Giant Battle Royal next SmackDown. So
Yeah, but that's SmackDown. But
Next
I think
SmackDown.
whatever bull crap he's doing with Dom is going to play a part into this. He's doing something with
maybe.
Dom.
Yeah, he is doing
It
something
just
with
makes
Dom.
sense.
But the whole thing, honestly, the whole bit doesn't make sense. Why is Dom doing this? It doesn't make sense. Santos has a tag team. Ray has other people that are not Dragon Lee. What's Carlito doing? Just hanging out?
Because
And
Dragon Lee
everybody's
Carlito's just hanging.
Dragon Lee does great with Dom, and both.
It's true. They had very good matches.
The match me and Matt
we saw it.
See wasn't the greatest. It wasn't better than the Monday Night Raw match we saw, but
they've got good matches. That's
he
true.
does. They have chemistry, so it just makes sense to progress, and you can build Dragon Lee and Escobar at the same freaking time.
Everybody was saying during that Carlito, mm-hmm. And then the WWE said, "Fuck that, we're doing this."
Yeah.
You were talking about cuts. Carlito first name on that freaking list.
Oh, that was why'd they bring him back if they had nothing for him?
Just so
they only needed
they have a closure moment.
The Puerto Rican crowd.
We thought you could do one night. You don't have to bring him back to LWO forever. You could just have Savio Vega didn't stay. He just showed up and left.
Yeah, but you think about it was just to build the Latino market because realistically, who did you at that time? You really
you know what this did? I'll be honest. You want to talk about a rare fumble? Everyone's talking. Oh, they got Okada, they got Will Ospreay, and those are great wrestlers. So fine. This is it. Carlito got heat up. He's on SmackDown all over the place. But he's added no value added, so they're gonna cut him. Now Carlito can get a much higher price out of Tony Khan because he was just on WWE TV, and they'll actually put him in a match or two. I think that Carlito should leave as soon as it's available because his asking price is up now. But
you know what cool is?
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. I know that. They heard of his song too.
It's like probably like a Vince McMahon thing, huh? I want
to maybe it could be. What's it called though? I think he comes out to the LWO song, so it's just because he's a generic dude in LWO.
Yeah, that sucks.
Crazy that they brought him back for full time.
For nothing.
Love Carlito. I'm glad he's back, but
they brought AOP or whatever their name is. They're trash.
Well, but they're beating up. They're at least fighting Street Profits every week.
They haven't done. Yeah.
Let's talk about that now and the connection there. And the final match to discuss here at WrestleMania 40. And I understand Ryan mentioned there could be two matches, but we don't care about the potential. This is the true card, as they say.
Yes.
We have, all right, the 6-pack tag team ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Judgment Day and Finn Balor and Damian Priest. DIY and Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. We have the Awesome Truth and the Miz and R-Truth. New Day and Kofi and Xavier Woods. A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. And New Catch Republic and Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. This actually is, I think, it is cool what they have here, and they could do stuff.
You said Miz and R-Truth are in this?
That's awesome right. Truth, Awesome Truth, and they're my pick. This is R-Truth's very first WrestleMania match. I'm serious. I really think
I think it is, yeah.
And you know what? Why not? Why the hell not? Give R-Truth his WrestleMania moment, and that will just make those people genuinely happy, and just give the Miz, who has been a workhorse for that company for 2 decades, and I think it would be a legitimate good pick. You could literally have them lose the next night like they did to Zack Ryder, but this could be that Zack Ryder moment. Give R-Truth his moment. He literally wrestled the same time with The Rock and Stone Cold. They were on the same roster at one time, and R-Truth has still here. Give him his moment. That would truly be the second greatest thing to happen at this WrestleMania next to Cody winning, is seeing R-Truth win a title at WrestleMania. That is my story. That's damn right. R-Truth finishing the story. Awesome Truth. Let's do it. Please, 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 please.
You want to go first, Jose?
Could you go ahead?
All right.
I'm trying to mull over this.
So I'll just say, just as a little color to this, It's absolutely crazy that this match is essentially the feud of this match is Damian Priest versus R-Truth, but they had to get like 9
Everybody
other people
else.
on the show, and so they took a feud, which a feud that they've been building, Damian Priest versus R-Truth, and they made it a
Mhm.
6-man ladder match, a six team ladder match rather. So I'm of two minds here, and I don't like to do the two minds thing for picks, but if we have a straight up winner, as in one team climbs up, grabs the belts, and is the undisputed tag team champions that we have right now, it is going to be the Awesome Truth.
Dude, I just thought literally I had a brain blast for a second
Well,
seeing R-Truth say, people over there, what's up, the WrestleMania edition. Like, come on. This really will be the second happiest moment in this entire weekend is
so
seeing R-Truth get that.
so yeah, if there's just one winner, then I believe that one winner is our truth and
Mhm.
Miz. Our truth also famously scared of ladders, but he's gonna overcome the fear. I do believe he's gonna pull the belts down. He'll probably do a bit where he's scared of the ladder, but he will eventually climb the ladder and win.
It's a ladder match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. However, the fact that these titles are still together is stupid. They shouldn't be two titles on one team. So I can see a world in which, especially if the cash in's not happening at WrestleMania, where Damian Priest and R-Truth climb the ladder and they're pulling on the ladder. Pull. R-Truth comes down with the red straps. Damian Priest comes down with the blue straps. And then everyone holds the titles up and everyone's confused. And the official ruling, Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis get their WrestleMania moment by coming out to fight with each other. What's going on? And it's decided that the SmackDown Tag Team Champions will remain the Judgment Day, but the new Raw Tag Team Champions are the Awesome Truth. And I can see them splitting the tag belts in this ladder match. But I think if they don't do that, no matter what, R-Truth is winning titles, a tag team title at WrestleMania. I'm gonna put that in writing. Awesome Truth is winning at least the Raw Tag Team Championship. There's a world where they win both, but they might also want to split the belts, and the easiest way to do that would be for the two people who are actually feuding, R-Truth and Damian Priest, to have a thing at the top of the ladder that splits the titles like physically, and that's how they separate the titles and go forward with two separate titles on two separate.
You know how to overbook a show, boy. Jesus. I will go
Vince
with
Russo would be
awesome.
proud, bro.
Yeah, bro. I will go Awesome Truth too. It just makes more sense, but I can see. I see. This is where I'm super conflicted. I can see Judgment Day keeping the titles. I can also see Judgment Day keeping the titles, and the next day after Raw, Awesome Truth wins it.
Why would you do that? Why not give him the
because
Mania
you
moment?
because you want the pop. You get you want the pop after WrestleMania. It's like legendary, right? You need
I
it. What
guess. Um,
this makes sense.
Think
I
about
think.
that people over there, what's up,
Well, they
with
can still do that. In
80,000
fairness,
people.
they'll still do that because he has to make his entrance. Like the entrance is
That or
happening at WrestleMania. Yeah. Um, well, I think the Creed brothers impress a lot of people in their qualifying match, and they're going to factor into whatever happens on Raw, be it with the Awesome Truth or Judgment Day or whoever. I don't think whoever wins the Raw titles is going to be the champion for very long. Uh, so I could see them taking the title in a match like to kick off the Raw after Mania. Personally, because everyone's really impressed with them. A lot of people are kind of bummed they didn't get the WrestleMania match over DIY, but I think
oh,
that might be why.
the
The
Creed.
Creeds, yeah, people were going bananas
After
for that
that,
match.
all you need after their god awful match they had and the
People were
freaking
going absolutely bananas over that match.
yeah,
Everyone loved that match.
they went. All right, bull crap. I thought I went crazy for that match because I was like, these people need to go back to NXT. They were trash.
I like the Creeds myself. I don't know that was their best match, but people love that match online. I'd like the Creeds. I think they have a promising future, so I could see them factoring into the
Can
plans for the night after Mania.
after? Let's be honest. After that match, that horrible match that you
Wasn't
call great,
horrible.
how often do you see the Creed brothers after that?
You can see him every week, I think. We'll probably see him next week.
They obviously were on the couple of weeks.
You want to hear the actual truth? Apparently, there's a meeting to deter, according to Dave Meltzer. So take
It's
a
wrong.
salt mine and shove it in your eye. But according to Dave Meltzer, they're discussing whether or not they actually want A Town Down Under rather to be in the match.
Why? They just won and like, you know what?
Just because, yeah. I've heard no like disciplinary thing. So there's a world where they put the Creeds into the match.
Like
People
they
love
beat
the
them up.
Creeds.
Like people they
No, they
beat them
just
up on the
remove
way
them
to the
from
ring.
just remove them from the match. I
And
don't
then
know
put them
why.
in.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that's apparently a thing that Meltzer's reported. I don't know why they would do that, but I'm just saying the Creeds have got a lot of fans after that match. It wasn't a bad match. I don't know why they have so many fans. I'll agree with that. It's weird that everybody loved a random TV tag match as much as they did, but
I swear to God, you're the only Creed fan I know.
no,
I
that's
have
not
not.
true.
I am going. I'm going to go Monday Night Raw. I'm going to go Monday Night Raw in May, and I'm going to go ask everybody, is there any Creed fans? And I'm going to record
I'm
it.
gonna send it to you. I'll just send you the tweets. I have receipts. It's all online. I'm not making it up. Look at the
all them
comments on the
bots,
videos.
all them
Not all
bots.
bots.
God dang
Some
it,
are bots. Creeds in bios. Yeah, some are bots, but the rest aren't.
People over there.
Listen, I do think some of their fandom is their youngish guys. They're not ugly to look at. A lot of women probably enjoy that, but they have a lot of attention after that match. So
I probably have threesome fantasies. Oh, forget them.
I don't, but maybe they do.
Oh man, should be entertaining though. But this was a very fun show. We will be back at it the Monday after WrestleMania ourselves. We're going to record our reaction right as the show ends. Actually, well, you'll probably get our reaction an hour after the show ends. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to post very late Sunday morning. Very late Sunday night, early Sunday morning, our live reaction. And it's about to be a very fun WrestleMania weekend. Seriously, good stuff. A lot of fun. And let's enjoy this WrestleMania week, everybody.
Let's do it.
All right. Great stuff from Ryan Page and Jose Rivera. We'll see you all soon.
See ya.
Yeah.